What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. Oh, we come alive. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. Yeah, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I,
Hey everyone, hope you guys are all doing okay. Oh, that's the wrong website right there. You guys can see what I can see on this other screen. Let's switch that up the best way I know how. Stock screener. There you go. And where are we at here? There we are. Perfect. Sorry about that. Let me do one thing here as well. There you go. Turn on some music. All right, there we go. Now I can go back over here to Bitcoin very fast. It's been a busy day here. I took my car to the mechanic today, everybody. I still do not have it back. It's kind of a pain, and it's going to cost me like $1,000 to get everything fixed up, which is going to be kind of an annoyance, but it's okay. It's one of those days. All right. Oh, something's off with my webcam as well. That's fine. There we go. I think that'll work out for us today. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. Hope you guys all had a good afternoon. Sorry about that. It was a weird little setup. I normally have that stuff ready to go. And hey, Nico. Hey, Adele. Hey, Not Fox. Hey, Hector the Dude. And hey, Gorkin. Hope you guys in Island time as well. Hope you guys all having a good day. So today going forward, the Nasdaq did help us out today. I was pretty happy with that. Actually, let me just get rid of that. Feels weird not being able to hear myself right now. These headphones are sometimes too good at blocking out all the sound. One of the things I was looking at today that I thought was pretty promising is what our main goal is right now is to basically have a higher low going after these past few days. So if you guys can see right here, higher low, or a low, a higher low, and we want to continue that higher low over the next few days. If we can do that, we have another opportunity to beat this fake out, so to speak, and try to go back up towards $33,000. But you guys got to be very, very careful about how you play that out. If you guys were with us last night when we were talking about buying opportunities, you guys had an opportunity to buy last night for like a 1.5% to 2% stop loss. At this point, if you want to be buying, you might have to do something more of a 3 to 4% stop loss because you're going to be using this trend line here. All right. But you still have the ability to buy some right now, but I think it's just a little more risky than it was yesterday when we were at the support levels, and it was a little bit more feasible to actually be going long, especially because we are in this bear market, and we're basically just waiting to figure out when the market is going to be tanking here, right? But that's my 2 cents about what we're seeing today over the last 24 hours, right? But overall, guys, we had a decent day. I was pretty happy with today. We saw that the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500, the traditional markets, all did fantastic here. Wow, my face is freaking bright light, so that's fine. But yeah, we had a fantastic day, guys. We had a really good day. Nasdaq up 2.69, Dow up 1.33, and S&P up 1.84. I was really happy with those moves up. It seems like the stock market does want to continue this bear market rally. I don't know exactly when all of this is going to end. It may take a week. It may take 2 weeks like last time during the bear market rally. In which case, we might actually be building up a little bit just to get slammed back down again. Let's hope that doesn't happen, per se, but it still feels more like a bear market rally. So if you guys are in any positions, just understand that, as we're having these nice rebound days where the Dow's up 400 points, Nasdaq up 300 points, and the S&P 500 up 75 points, all great days. There will come a time in the foreseeable future, like next couple weeks or so, where maybe even sooner than that, actually, where we just flat out come crashing back down like we did a couple weeks ago. That same type of effect you'll feel. So just be careful as you guys get in and out of positions. It's best to have some type of stop loss or safety net if it's at all possible. For somebody like me who trades primarily options and crypto, options I can't have a stop loss on them pre-market. So sometimes if the market gaps down, I'm going to be stuck and I'm going to be selling at a loss in some circumstances. So I'm kind of working that into my plan as far as what I'm scaling out of some of my investments. But right now, guys, I want to reiterate. Let's go over to the 15-minute chart because that's what we were looking at last night. So we talked about buying right around here last night, and the main reason was if for whatever reason the market decided to go down today, like the stock market dragging Bitcoin down, well, then you would have had like maybe a 1.5% to 2% stop loss, and then you would have just lost about 2% max on that trade. If you guys want to buy now, you can still do that, but instead of having a 1.5% to 2% stop loss, now you're looking at having a 3.5% stop loss. So just understand that if you guys are trading, it can still be worth the risk, but I would try to do some technicals here on some specific coins that haven't necessarily popped up so much. Today we saw 88 come up a little bit more. That was kind of nice. Today I also saw Stmx have a little bit of a pop towards the end of the day here, so I was happy with that one. But take it easy, guys. We're seeing some really good stuff happening in the market. This is feeling more like a bear market rally right now. I was a little bit concerned yesterday to kind of figure out how the market was going to react to the Federal Reserve selling off a bunch of assets, but it seemed like the market was ready for it, and it seemed like to this day we're still doing okay. Not great, not fantastic, but just okay. But the profits so far, if you guys have been trading over the last 24 hours, they would have been good depending on what you guys are buying, right? So I made some money on options today. Maybe I'll talk about that later with you guys if somebody has a question about one of the stocks. But, I bought some last night as far as a long on Bitcoin. I had a 10x leverage play on it with a 2% stop loss. And I sold it, I sold half of the long here about half an hour before the stream here. So kind of after the little bit of a dip here. But overall, I think I bought it like where it was somewhere over here because it was after the stream was over. Sort of around here. Like 20% profit, 25% profit for just holding for about 19 hours. It's not a crazy amount, but it's a good amount of profit there. So I was happy with it. But okay. Overall, I want to let you guys know about some levels of resistance that's coming up again, even though we were doing fine before. Back over here, we are going to have to deal with this resistance level again. I'm wondering if I should use this Ganfin level or if I should try to change it up a little bit here because for whatever reason, it's not matching with any of my tests, so I wonder if I messed up putting this on and it's just somehow a coincidence that it kind of aligns with a lot of stuff that we've been looking at. I'll double check this later on today, but for now, I'm not going to really rely too much on this Ganfin level on the 15-20 minute charts. On the daily charts, it actually worked out quite well for us, so that's why I'm kind of still using it at this moment in time. But some extra levels of resistance you guys should be aware of again here is these two. We're kind of slowly building our way back up here. If you guys feel much more bullish about Bitcoin, I think a hard level of resistance you guys will see over the next few days if this bear market rally does continue will be about 32,616. This is going to be a troubling spot for Bitcoin to get over. If it does, we have a good shot to going up to 33,000, maybe even 34, 35,000. The other one right here, because we don't really have to worry about this middle one going forward, is this. This is another Ganfin level. Let's go over here to maybe the 1 hour chart. It's been our resistance so far over the last few hours. It seems like we want to break back above it. We managed to break above it last time too. We just consolidated for a little bit of time. A whale had to come in here and push us up. But that's what we're hoping for right now, guys. That's really what we're hoping for, because otherwise you're going to see a pretty aggressive breakdown if a short whale tries to come in here. And then one other thing here, guys. Well, there's two. If you guys look at the 15-minute chart, see me the 1 hour chart. I looked at this a little bit earlier. I wonder if we're going to be able to break above this line or if we're just going to go steady Eddie and keep on consolidating for a while. If we can break above this line, we might be able to have a little more of a surge going forward, and I'd be happy to see that. And the last thing here, there you go. This is what we've been talking about over the last few hours, and not including the one from yesterday. We want to manage to hold this trend line here, and more importantly, we want to manage to hold... If I can get it here, let's just go to the 4 hour chart. There you go. Less competition with the lines. Pretty similar trend lines here, okay? So you want to really hold that level. If we can, we have a good chance of going back up to at least $33,000 if we can just pump back above this those two Ganfin levels here. Ganfin number 1 right there, and then Ganfin number 2, which is right here. All right. Those are what we're really focusing on right now. And the last thing here, as I'm looking at this weekly chart, everybody, I'm getting more and more optimistic that, maybe this bear market rally can take an extra, like it can be like a more than a 1 week type of thing. I would still have stop losses if you want to trade, but I'm hopeful that we could have some type of scenario that looks like this. Let me go to the pointer. There you go. Where we curl, we come back up for a little bit, and then we take the move, then we bounce, and then we come back down. I could see something like that playing out. This bounce is maybe a little bit more questionable because I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen there. But so far, this Ganfin level has been working out for us pretty well. We managed to break down below it here for the first time, but we're already coming back above it because we're trying to hold this 2-to-1 Ganfin level that has never been broken since 2015. So this is a pretty sturdy one, and maybe we do have to bounce off of it. Maybe it just won't be a complete downward move. And part of that is the fact that the Nasdaq is also starting to rally here. So this is NVIDIA. I was doing something about this earlier. Here's the weekly chart for the Nasdaq. I could see this week coming back up and testing out the 20-week moving average. If things get if we have another aggressive day like we did today, I can see that happening over the next 7 to 10 trading days. Over the next couple weeks, I can see us pump up a little more this week, then the next week tap on it, then maybe start a reversal from there. So if you're looking at it in terms of the Nasdaq, curl back up, make kind of a shoulder. It's the same type of thing right here. Run into the 20-week moving average, get rejected, and then we start making another move down. I think that could definitely happen. If for whatever reason we manage to get back up above that 20-week moving average, that would be an incentive for Bitcoin to go much higher, probably up to that $38,000 level. $35,000 level. But we'll have to wait and see how correlated the Bitcoin's price is going to be to the Nasdaq right now. But I'm getting more optimistic. The market still is bad overall. I don't want to fool you guys there, but the market still is bad. But there's some optimism that there's some traders out there who want to give a little bit of a pump. Assets will be exchanging hands quite frequently during this period of time. You don't want to be caught on the downward move, but there's an opportunity here if you guys are a little bit more aggressive to really make some profit on the way back up. Nobody just knows exactly when we're going to start plummeting again, so you guys want to make sure you manage that risk and that exposure you guys have to the market. All right, there we go. And hey, Monica, happy to see you as well. Hey, Gorkin, can you watch Ethereum? What about Ethereum? Because Ethereum's not really doing anything right now. Let me see right here. We won't go to that chart. Oh yeah, this is old. Got so many charts on right now. There you go. Yeah, right now Ethereum's not doing anything. Ethereum right now is just slowly consolidating and managed to get above its 20-day moving average just like Bitcoin, but it got knocked right back down. On the weekly charts, it's just holding support. It's not doing anything crazy. If you guys think that this is a pretty good bottom right now, you could buy some Ethereum to try to do a little bit more of a bounce. I would just have a stop loss of around $1,710, and that's going to be the support. If we start breaking down below that level, let's just call it 1,700. If we break down below 1,700, I don't have any Ethereum longs right now, but that's where my stop loss would be. All right. If we start breaking down below that, not a good moment in time for anybody right there. So just be aware of it. If you're going off of Fibonacci levels for Ethereum right now, you're not really going to be looking at what is that? According to this one, we already broke down below it, but this is where the fibs are off. Let's turn the fibs back on. We'll most likely be coming all the way down here like $1,000 or so, and that's if Bitcoin starts heading back down to the 200 weekly moving average. Just because here, guys, I'll pull this up for you very fast. Remember, guys, at Bitcoin's current price, we're still 27% away from the 200 weekly moving average, which means Ethereum and a lot of other coins will come down much more than 25% if Bitcoin really does make that journey down to that level. I'm hopeful that it does. I want it to because I want to load it up because that's usually the best opportunity to be buying for the long term. As long as the Fed can get the economy back under control as far as inflation, we should see that being a good bottom for us. Maybe a little bit above it if the whales want to do some tricks. But overall, everybody has their own strategy of exactly when they want to be buying into crypto market. For now, I want to see if we can get back down below. Is this the wrong one? Below the 200 EMA. I don't know why the EMA is not here. I just put it on the chart, I think yesterday. There you go. Probably because I have so many charts open right now. There you go. Let's go to 200 style. Let's go to orange, thick line. There you go. Once we get down below the 200 EMA, I'll be very happy about that. But if we need to bounce first, so be it. Normally we don't bounce. Normally we just come crashing back down. Except for the last time that happened was in 2014 where we didn't just crash. We kind of just bounced off of it. But yeah, should be interesting to see. We came down below it once, but we haven't actually stayed down below it. Not yet so far in this cycle. All right, let me put this back up here. But I think overall, oh, that's why. Okay, it's on this chart. A nice slow grind, not too much to worry about. I'm playing these longs cautiously. I am having some pretty strict stop losses just in case the market were to tank at any moment. I want to protect myself from that potentially, a bad move. All right, let me go back over here to the 2 hour. Stretch that out. All right, there you go. Oh, and hey, Monica, I know you asked me a question in the comments. Remind me what that question was, and I'll try to help you out as well. I know a lot of people are watching the basketball game tonight, so everybody's busy. And Hades, I once said we should have a bit of a recovery, but but tons of people here are very bearish. Yeah, it's okay to be bearish right now because we're in a bear market. The thing is, if you want to take the opportunity here, just understand it's risky. Think about it like this. So when we're in a bull market and you see everything pumping up and going really, really crazy, and then we start to come down a little bit, when you want to open up a short position, you're not going to be in that short position for too long in a bearish market because you know eventually we're going to keep on going back up, right? So you gotta mitigate that exposure to the market and make sure that you have a plan. So in case something crazy happens where it starts to spike up again because a whale enters the market, so to speak, you have to be able to get out of that position fairly easily without taking too much damage to the portfolio. Maybe a crash will happen after the small recovery, though. It would definitely happen after a while here. But right now, we're just in a nice little recovery mode. That's fine. It's kind of slow, of course, but there's more institutional money in Bitcoin than there ever has been. And the only thing I see a problem for Bitcoin right now, not nearly as much of a problem as the Luna fiasco with UST. Looks like Solana's been having some issues with their servers crashing or something like that. I don't know exactly what the problem has been about it, but we'll take a quick peek here. Crashing. Maybe I can say that. Let's see. It's not a crash. It's a sole problem. I don't know. No. Sole issue? Oh, not news. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is probably what I'm looking for. All right. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I am talking about. All right. So it says, oh, I don't care about the festival right now. Solana halted by bug linked to certain cold storage transactions. Validators restarted the network after 4 hours of downtime by disabling the so-called durable nonce transactions that have found favor among some exchanges. And you can see that picture of them doing computer science stuff. Computer science stuff. But here we go. This is the main thing that could be a threat to Bitcoin and cause a potential crash next time. We'll see. I don't think they're going to be selling off Bitcoin to kind of fix their problems, though, which is going to help us out a lot. The Solana network suffered its latest outage Wednesday, failed over 4 hours by a bug in how the blockchain processes a niche type of transaction that's designed for offline use cases. Validators began restarting the network only after disabling these durable nonce transactions. Solana Labs communicated chief Austin Federa told Coindesk, those transactions will remain nixed until developers identify and patch the exact culprit that threw Solana's consensus mechanism off kilter. That may have ramifications for offline custodians whose transactions fall under this category, perhaps even freezing their ability to move funds until the patch is in, validators said. Coindesk has begun reaching out to exchanges to ask about their Solana transaction setup. So that's about it. So it seems like they're having some problems. Hopefully they can get it fixed up pretty soon. But, if people start thinking that, we're in a bad spot again, could this happen, people might start selling off, or people might be using that as an excuse to try to create some panic by shorting Bitcoin down. All right. And hey, Trev, happy to see you, my man. And hey, Mirth, hope you're doing pretty well. And hey, Martin, happy to see you as well. Greetings from the Netherlands. There you go. Nice, man. It's a compliment. There we go. Wait, right here. There we go. Okay. Move my microphone a little bit closer. I'm thinking of getting a microphone that doesn't come swinging from the top, but a microphone that comes to the bottom, but I don't know how I would use my hands and stuff like that. I'd have to be off to the side and kind of swing it in front of my face. I don't think I'd mind if you guys saw that. But yeah, guys, right now, it's a slow time. It's fine. I'm kind of happy. I'm more long than short on Bitcoin at this moment in time, but I do have a 2% stop loss from when I bought my coin, when I bought my longs basically, and all of those stop losses break if Bitcoin breaks down below, or trigger, excuse me, if Bitcoin breaks down below this white line. That's as simple as that. You know, we may have an opportunity where Bitcoin does break down below it and it doesn't even do anything crazy. It might not go straight down. It maybe just consolidates and then it makes a move later on. Something weird like that. But just in case it does, I'm still having a safety net there, because my concern is, since this is a more of a bear market rally here, kind of fueled by the Nasdaq and what we've seen over the past couple weeks here. There you go. Right? A little bit of a jump up. I don't want us to I don't want us to do the same thing we did after last time's bear market, where we had a nice little rally, but then we just proceeded to come down, down, down. I don't want to see that happen. So to kind of protect myself from that, I'm going to have stop losses here, or whenever we break down below it, basically, and make sure I'm protecting myself. Now, technically, my stop loss wouldn't trigger here. It would trigger 2% from where I bought it around here. So that means right there, so to speak. But I might sell it there even if the stop loss isn't there, if that makes sense, because I have no idea when we're actually going to come into contact with this line again. But since I bought around here and I did the 2% stop loss we talked about last night, now I don't have to worry about it coming, it's going to take a while for it to get down here unless we have a big crash. And then I'll lose some money, but again, it's only going to be about 20% or so. And I still have some left over because I already sold off half of them just for a little bit of profit earlier today before the stream. But, if you guys want to enter and you might be looking for more of a pullback here, I'm trying to see some of these other charts here. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We will need a little bit of a pullback here pretty soon. Maybe that'll be an opportunity to buy the dip to see if we can go up a little bit higher. You can see that the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, it's screaming down here. So over the next, let's say 24 hours maybe, I think there's an opportunity for us to break above this finally, and at that same time use that for us to be breaking above which Ganfriend level here, this Ganfriend level there, and possibly this Ganfriend level here. And those two levels are going to be, let me do this very fast, guys. I don't like having all four of these on. Move chart forward. There we go. Now I can just have two charts here and you guys can see it both at the same time. Let's get rid of this. Let's go to the 15. You could already see it acting as a level of resistance for us. And this one right here, actually, let's just do it to the 4 hours. So first, guys, we need to break above, what is this? 30,625 level, 30,625. We are, like $200 away from that. Not too bad. So we have an opportunity there, and we actually managed to break above it for just a second before we got knocked back down. After that, we have to come into contact with the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. That's going to be about 31,771. Let's see, about $1,000 over where we are now. And then finally, the big cojones of which we were trying to break above, which I think is a good place to start shorting if you guys want to. Before you short, do some tea on the market yourself, so you're not buying into before another potential pump. But 32,657. This is going to be a big level of resistance. That's going to be a pain in the butt to get above. Just like how this one is causing us a little bit of issues. This one's easier than this one. This is just a 2-to-1. This is an 8-to-1. These are usually pretty eccentric out there. But yeah, give it some time, guys. I think right now I'd rather be buying Bitcoin than shorting it. But I want to make sure I have stop losses because overall, sorry, guys, I'm tired. I had such a long day. What do you call it? Dealing with mechanic stuff. You want to make sure that you guys have a stop loss here. So when you guys go to bed, over the next couple hours or so, if Bitcoin is still kind of gliding around this level, right, you want to have a stop loss in place either here or wherever you frankly want to have it. So if we do get rejected and we have another big tank like we literally just had less than 48 hours ago, you guys have some way to minimize your losses. All right, let me put this back over here now. All right, there we go. But for now, smooth sailing, so to speak, smooth sailing. We'll take it. I really just want to see Bitcoin have a nice little pump up here, and that'd make my night. But I don't know if it's going to actually happen while I'm awake. And hey, Miguel, we hit bullish during summer or by end of the year. Will we hit bullish? Um, I think if we start getting bullish, it'll probably be around September at the earliest. Because we normally when we are in these bear markets and we have these bad times, usually what happens is we stay down here for a while. The whales really shake as many of the weak hands out as they can, and then they cause a little dip after a little dip after a little dip after a little dip, trying to get people to be shaken out of the market. Therefore, they can buy up more coins. So when the rally starts going up and up and up, then everybody that got shaken out has this feeling of FOMO. Oh no, I should have just held my coins because now I would have been in profit, right? And so those people that were shaken out or didn't really want to buy when crypto was low because they kept on feeling it was going to go lower and lower and lower, they get caught and they're forced to chase. And when they chase Bitcoin, they bring the FOMO, they bring the power that brings it up, and then all the people that bought the bottom, mostly wealthy individuals, right? They're the ones really slaying it as far as making the profits, and relying on everybody else to really pump up Bitcoin so they can sell it off to them and collect the profits. And hey, thanks everybody for liking the stream. I really do appreciate it. And hey, Miguel, I was thinking near the elections maybe would help boost up. Not really because of the elections. It's because that's when the Federal Reserve might have inflation under control. And by then we'll have a pretty good idea if we're going to be looking at a bad famine, maybe baby food shortages or baby formula shortages will be better under control. I saw a report today like 60 or 75% of all baby formula is out of stock or something like that. I mean, like, geez, dude, that's crazy. And then, if we can get our hands around inflation, or the federal government and the Fed combined can get their hands around inflation with federal government reducing spending and the Fed increasing rates and so forth and trying to use their tools, then I think from a technical standpoint we can try to get back on track in September. Last year we got back on track at the beginning of July, and that was really nice to see. I think it was like July 8th, July 9th. Let me take a peek here. When did we start moving back up? Oh, July 21st. I was off. July 21st. Um, Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. All right. But when we look at this from a historical pattern, let's get the 200 here. Let's get the 100 here. So we all know that COVID was a little bit more of a V-shaped recovery, as you guys can see, even though it's an ugly V-shaped. We were still down below this level here for the golden time to buy for like about a week, right? And then if you wanted more of a medium opportunity to buy, we were down here pretty consistently for about 25 days. Traditionally, when we're down below these levels after having a big capitulation moment, we're down here for a while. So we were down below this one after we consolidated for a while, 128 days. We were down below this peak right here below the 100 for a total of 177 days. So I don't think we're going to be down there for this long here unless the economy really does take a beating, so to speak. But I think it's going to be somewhere in between 177 days and just a couple weeks. I don't think it's going to be a couple weeks. So I would assume maybe 2-3 months, kind of taking us into September. So June, July, September, right? I said that right. Oh, August. Sorry, August, September. So probably August. I know I was forgetting something. I hate August because August is when I was a kid is when you actually have to go back to school. All right. And so far, we've only spent a little bit of time below this 100 weekly moving average. I want to give it some time. I'm surprised we're taking our sweet time getting down here, but I guess it's kind of just the new reality with Bitcoin, with so many new investors, so many companies trying to buy into Bitcoin for the first time, or create some type of Bitcoin portfolio as an investment, investment institution. They're trying to get their clients money, so they are buying Bitcoin up for the long term at these prices here, even though they're probably going to continue to buy it as it goes lower. But let's just zoom out here. Normally, we just completely tank, and then we have a little bit of consolidation, and then we continue to tank. So I wonder if in this process here, maybe we're just in this level, and then maybe we have a little bit more of a downward move. Back here, though, from the highs, we came about another 29% down. And that's how much, I think we have like 25 to 26% left until we hit the 200 weekly moving average. So maybe we're kind of in this little bit of a move right here. We'll have to wait and see. But at this point in time, overall bearish. But in the short term, guys, there's some good trading opportunities here. If you guys want to take it, I would recommend, though, again, that you guys have a stop loss. I'm not really trying to encourage you guys to do too much long trading in a bear market. But, when in Rome, when everything seems to be going up a little bit here, have a stop loss, protect yourself, and you guys will be just fine. But my fear is you guys won't put a stop loss on it. You guys will hurt yourself by not having that stop loss. Waking up one morning and, oh my gosh, I lost 10% because Bitcoin's, went down a few percent. My altcoin went down 10%. All right, so I know I'm not responsible for you guys, but I do try to make sure you guys, have that safety net so you're not losing out on money or losing more money than you should be because of poor choices, so to speak. Let's go back over here. We can go to the 1 hour chart on this one and probably just go back to a 1 minute chart here for a little bit. All right, but let me know, guys, if you guys have any questions on any stocks, crypto, anything. We can do a deep dive today. I'll probably be streaming for the next hour. After that, I'm gonna go to sleep early. I woke up early to get my car to the mechanic, and I thought I would get my car back today, and no, freaking charged me $1,000. I realized my car had more stuff to deal with. My front brakes are apparently pretty much out. The hose thing I told you guys about before, and I need some type of cap thing, a new cap thing. I don't know what it is. But yeah, so it's gonna be a pain in the butt to pay all that. But no, it's not gonna be a pain in the butt. It's gonna be annoying to wait for it to be done. But hopefully after that, I can take a look into the dog park. I'll be excited for it. And hey, Monica, I am considering getting puts on Nvidia and Apple, thinking about 2 to 3 month expiration, just because we don't know how long this really lasts. I think to buy puts Nvidia level 202 to 210. That would be fine. Just make sure you have a clear stop loss in case they don't work out. And remember, if you are going to be buying puts a few months out, they're going to be vastly more expensive than the puts that would expire just this Friday or even the Friday after that. So, when I do this, I tend to try to buy it kind of when the market's looking very good. Your goal would be to try to time the peak of this potential bear market rally as far as the Nasdaq's concerned, the S&P 500 is concerned, the Dow. What I would say is try to see if the price of the Nasdaq here will make it up to the 20-week moving average. We got rejected off of this just a few weeks ago here after the last bull market rally. This rally that we did, we rallied all the way back up 17% in 3 weeks. Not bad. Here we have a chance of running back up about, like maybe by the end of next week, if we have another bad week, around 17% as well, 17-18%. And then if we tap on that and it looks like we're struggling to close above that on the weekly chart, like on the Friday or something like that, then I think it'd be more acceptable to be trying to open up a put option right there and trying to ride it back down like somebody would have probably wrote it down like this, okay? And this is a weekly chart, so that's 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 7 weeks there. So almost 2 months. So that's how I would try to play it. I'd be trying to find the best opportunity I could to buy, or I could try to scale in here. But at this moment in time, we're doing okay. We also have a resistance level here pretty soon. As far as the Nasdaq is concerned as well, although the Nasdaq pretty much comprises a whole bunch of other stuff. There we go. The price target 1 is kind of up here with the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Weekly. Maybe it'd be better to try to aim for 13,486 when the Nasdaq hits that level. It might be a good opportunity for you to start opening up some shorts. And by then, the Nasdaq will have pumped up probably another 5-6%, which have been fantastic. If you guys have any calls right now in the market. But that is fine. For right now with the options I have on NVIDIA, I told you guys about those in the membership videos a few days ago. They're up over 100% now after a couple days of being boring or down. I may be selling my calls too early. Maybe NVIDIA will go up a lot more than what I expect of just like the 200, the 210 level. If it does go above that, I will just suck it up and say, hey, I wasn't aggressive enough to make that profit and hold that long. But I'm okay with taking, you know, 100% plus profit off of my calls and just walking away from the play. But that's just because I have no idea, no for certain idea when we might just get a big tank coming back down to kind of continue the bear market here. Give it some time. I'm optimistic of where we're heading in the short term here. It's again, I'm optimistic until we get slammed in the face, and I'm prepared for when we get slammed in the face by having stop losses on a lot of these plays here, even options and things of that nature, you know, coins, all that good stuff. But both Apple and Nvidia would be good to short or buy puts on. I prefer Nvidia to buying puts on it usually, just because Nvidia has from a percentage stance, it goes down more in these swings than Bitcoin does, or something than Apple does. Apple kind of grinds up and it kind of grinds down. Nvidia kind of goes up like by 4 or 5% sometimes, while Apple's only going up 1 or 2%. I think we actually saw that today, maybe. So Nvidia today was up 7%, 6.94%, and today Apple was only up 1.68%. So I like that those swings there as far as what I can see from versus Apple and Nvidia. That's just kind of a little personal thing that I do. I trade Apple a lot, but I usually like to trade Apple when it comes to longing, or, you know, buying calls. And hey, Pento, is it better to find lower market caps for coins or higher market caps for coins? So a responsible person would be buying more in higher caps because those are established companies, established projects that have a lot of following, a lot of investments, and you normally see larger investors getting into those types of positions as well. You can expect, you know, anywhere from 100% profit to a few 1,000% profit on those. You know, more rarely around 1,000% profit through a cycle, maybe 1,000, 1,500% if everything works well and you get the bottom, you buy, you know, south towards the top. Good times. Not always 1,000%, but you can get a good amount of return, right? With the low market cap coins, they're much more risky, not as established. You're not going to be buying stuff only on their business model. You're going to be buying off of the memeability, kind of understanding the psychology of what a new investor looks for in a coin, and you're going to be targeting those specific coins there. And then from there, you're going to be hoping that you can get anywhere from 1,000% returns on those type of plays. All the way up to, I don't know, tens of thousands of percents if you're lucky. Usually you can get around 5 to 10,000% if you get the right coin. The problem is a lot of times those coins don't really work out, and if they don't really work out, you can lose out on a lot of money. But that's why you're usually investing more capital into the larger cap coins, and you kind of splitting up that money into you know, those other altcoins like Stmx, Dogecoin, Mars, stuff like that. So like right now I have close to $100,000 invested in Bitcoin, right? I have close to about $70,000 invested in Ethereum, all longs. Now, they used to be a lot more, worth a lot more over the past few months, but they're my long-term portfolio. The way I see it here, like I have that much for Bitcoin, that much for Ethereum. For like my STMX that I'm hoping has a great run next year for my Dogecoin Mars, my STMX I have about $2,000 right now in STMX. For my Dogecoin Mars, I have about $800 invested in it right now. There's a huge discrepancy of how much I'm willing to put down in a higher market cap coin versus how much I'm willing to put down in a lower market cap coin, if that makes sense. It's much easier for me to just play it safe with the majority of my capital in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ADA, Matic, stuff like that. I'm heavy in Matic right now. I have more in Matic than I do ADA and a lot of other stuff. I have a little bit in XRP. I'm hoping with the good news, you know, trial ending, whatnot, they can have a good flourishing future. But, you know, and stable and yeah, stuff like that. The only exception to that rule here is I have been getting more and more excited about exchange tokens. So, you know, the Voyager exchange token, the KuCoin exchange token, not so much BNB because it's a heavy market cap right now, like too heavy for me to really care about it. BGB, you know, any FTX, any of those coins I've been buying up a little bit more than I would normally, even if they have a lower market cap. So you guys know I've been pretty heavy on BGB over since September when I was buying it at like 6 cents. It's still at 16 cents right now compared to everything else. In September, prices is down compared to then. But the market cap here, the market cap isn't even showing anywhere. Let me see. Well, the market cap was about 70 million, 80 million. It's probably around like no, it's probably around 60 million, 70 million right now. It was at $100 million. But if you look at BitGet's chart here, I don't know if it actually has everything out. No. Let me see if I can find the chart on the actual website for you guys. Just go spot trading, BGB. There you go. Okay. All right. Think of Bitcoin from September of last year. It had a little bit of a rally, but this bad boy has still been going up, and I've been pretty happy with it. But this market cap is very, very small. Traditionally, I would not be investing more than $1,000, maybe just a few $100 into a coin like this. But because I believe in the exchange, I have a little bit of contacts with them, things of that nature. I'm loading up on this, and I bought down here when nothing was happening. I bought up here on the breakout. I bought over here on the breakout. I bought over here on the breakdown. Well, not this one right here. It was crashing so much I was like, I might as well. Because one of the things that I notice on coins like these, the lower market cap new exchange tokens, you normally see whales loading up on them in real time, because when a coin is new, it's usually only sold on its own exchange, right? So nobody can short it, nobody can do anything to really hurt it, but people can easily just load up on the coin as much as they want to, and then when they want to sell, they can sell. But you can see it more clearly when people are like loading up, and just creating massive walls. I don't know what their price targets are, but I'm confident that they want this coin to kind of flourish, and they may do a little bit of oomph to it to kind of move it up as well. All right. And Bitcoin had a little bit of a move up here over the last few seconds, trying to break above the 50 on the 1 hour chart. Excuse me. But I hope that let's see. Yeah, but I hope that helped, Pento. And hey, Pento, always thought lower market caps. You just got to be careful with the lower market caps. You got to be really careful about it, like really, really careful about it, because not all low market caps survive bear markets. You have to be very picky about what you choose. I tend to put more money in Bitcoin and Ethereum because I'm a much more conservative trader. If you guys want to be more aggressive, it's okay. I'm just very conservative. I'll let you guys know how conservative I am every day of the week as far as investing. All you guys have to do is listen to my strategies, right? And Mike, have I seen ICP? I have not seen ICP. Has it done anything interesting today? ICP down 3%. Down $9. It's not all-time lows here. What happened to ICP? It looks like it had a nice little pop over the last few days. Normally when this thing finds an all-time low, it does have a little bit of a bounce. Here it came up 73%. So far it's up about 63% from here, and coming back down a little bit to kind of come back into the normal order of things. Nice little pop there, but it looks like it's now it's crashing here. Oh, yeah, you could have seen it with this candle right here. As soon as you broke that higher low situation, it was over. But yeah, coming back down now, be careful. It's probably a good shorting idea once it kind of has a little bit more of a pop back up here pretty soon. I don't know about that. We broke down below the 20 on the 15. Usually a good sign to start shorting that after the pump. Had to deal with that, but ultimately worked out. What's right here? And hey, Michael, get liquidated a few times and you put in the stop losses. Well, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to make sure that you guys don't get liquidated, right? Nobody ever likes to wake up and get liquidated. I've been liquidated plenty of times because sometimes I just don't have stop losses. I'm just like, you know what? Who cares? Let's just see where it goes. It's usually when I've sold off the majority of my position and I have 10 to 20% left in there, and I'm just like, let's see what goes on. But yeah, when you're liquidated, it's never a fun time. Let me go back over here to Bitcoin very fast. Back to the one. There we go. And hey, I'll tell what happened to the old badges. Oh, I just switched them up. I'm gonna switch them up every now and again. Island time. I can always put the YouTube ones back up there if I want to, but I kind of want to switch it up and put some fun stuff in there. I'm thinking of doing. There's one I wanted to do next quarter, which is going to be more of like tea and coffee and just fun stuff like that. I don't know. I'm hoping that some of the Diamond and Sapphire members in the channel and the mods as well, I'm going to be asking them what they would probably want to see as some badge ideas going forward too. It's just more of a fun thing. But yeah, I just switched them up. YouTube allows me to change them to whatever I want to be, as long as the image file isn't too big. A lot of my image files were too big. this was like my fourth choice of badges to use because all of my other ones were too large of a size there. And check ApeCoin. Is ApeCoin doing anything right now? It's not really doing anything that I saw. Uh, no, it's just been consolidating a little bit. It had a nice little pump after it kind of had a major crash here, but that's because just of course of this. ApeCoin to me is something that I would love to short going further into this bear market. I'm hoping that on this this rally that we're looking at right now, potential rally, bear market rally, excuse me. I'm hoping I can short it. I shorted this sucker down when it broke down below this old trend line right here. I shorted it like crazy. I sold it right here. It proceeded to go down way more than I thought. But, my price target was the Fibonacci level. That was my price target there. But yeah, I'm looking to short this again because I think it'll have a similar move to this if Bitcoin does drop down another 25% or so as it tries to get closer and closer to that 200 weekly moving average. If it just comes back down here, that's about 40%. That's reasonable if Bitcoin does drop down about 25 more percent, 27 more percent. And I would love to have something like a 10 to 20x position on that because that would give me anywhere from 400 to 800% profits with probably holding it for like a month or so. And that's what I'm hoping for by shorting Ape. But at this point in time, I want to short it. I missed out on shorting it over here. I want to short it on the next little big move that we can have off of it. But yeah, hopeful. But we'll have to wait a little bit longer, I guess. Same thing like when we shorted Luna on the way down. I mean, the profits on Luna coming down were just absolutely insane. All right, let me pop this back over here, though. There we go. Uh, Gods on KuCoin going hammer than a ham. Sandwich anyways. It's probably just got pumped up by a pump and dump group. Be careful of those ones just kind of popping out of no reason. Ride the wave as much as you want to, but just be careful with it. It's better on those types of volatility plays to have a stop loss. It's like trading a penny stock, right? You just need to protect yourself. But if you can ride the wave, ride the wave. You might even have some fun day trading that sucker if you really want to. Be careful if you want to go leverage with it though. Usually, if I'm going to leverage on a play like that, I'm usually only going 3 to 5x, not anywhere like my normal 10x to 20x to maybe even 50x. There you go. Yeah, no worries, Pinto Beans. Happy to help you out. Yeah, what I would recommend, Pinto, is nowadays I have the luxury of investing more into low market cap coins, but that's only because I have a big bank of Bitcoin and Ethereum kind of on the standby. Um, I think you can be more aggressive if you want to. You could even do 50 to 60% altcoins, 40% Bitcoin and Ethereum, kind of putting Ethereum into like a not altcoin position. But you could definitely do it that way. Don't feel bad about it. Again, I'm just very conservative about how I choose my coins out. Spend some time going on a coin market cap. You've seen my filter situation. Under $1 billion market cap, hopefully under $500 million market cap, looking for something of a low price, then going to the website, checking out the socials, making sure there's no red flags, making sure everything's spelled correctly, making sure that the Telegram group is active, make sure the Twitter account is active. The basics. And once you have a good feeling about the project, maybe you can talk with the people in the Telegram for a little bit of time, understanding that they're trying to sell you the coin like crazy. Um, you can you can have some fun with it. And hey, Ken, STMX is it? Yeah, I've been liking STMX for a long time. I'm hoping here's STMX. Still consolidating a little bit. Hasn't done anything crazy over the last few days, but uh, this is something where in the future, I think this is one of those coins that can go up to $1 billion plus market cap. And at this point in time, STMX, I think it's in the hundreds of millions market cap. I forget exactly what it was. No, no longer. It was in the hundreds. Now it's at $99 million market cap. But at one point in time, year to date or all, one point in time, it was up here at $700 million market cap. I think it can go higher than that, specifically because it's actually doing something, right? The easiest way to earn crypto, just sign up, shop, and earn crypto cash back. Who said crypto had to be hard? I don't think they're going to do it by themselves, but I think they're going to be able to have a partnership, and that partnership is going to be able to help them flourish, and I'm going to be happy with that, right? Maybe they can do a partnership with Honey or what are those sites that they they have those little add-ons to your web pages, and then basically whenever you shop, you push a little button and they try to find you the best deal. I could see this partnering up with one of those websites here, or whatever it may be. But you know, it's a practical coin. It's practical. It has a use. If you want to be investing in something a little bit more heavily than others, you want to be able to see that they're actually doing something that will earn them revenue. That way they can invest in the company, invest in the marketing, and drive people to invest in this coin for the long term. And you just want to be on the ground level of this. Remember, this market cap, $99 million. If it just goes up to 200 million, I've already doubled my money. If it goes up to 500 million, I've multiplied it by 5x, and so forth and so forth. And if we even get back up to the billions and stuff like that, you'll be looking much and much better. But again, this is something that I found a while ago, and I've been liking it. And I've noticed that whales have been loading up on this a little bit. I don't know exactly why. I kind of think of something similar to what I'm thinking, but they have a better thing going on here. Twitter, all right, only 81,000 followers, but I'm kind of happy with that. I'm fine with that. Earn crypto when you shop up to 87.5% cash back from 1,500 shops, and so you could earn it pretty well, right? And it seems like I don't know, it just seems very useful. And it's followed by my friend Digital Asset News. That's kind of nice. He has hundreds of thousands of subscribers. He knows something about this. Don't know what, but he knows something about it. But he likes it enough to like it on Twitter, which I think is something. I don't even like these people on Twitter. And they also have an Instagram and stuff like that. I've never seen their Instagram, though. But, they're still posting quite a bit. Oh, they have a partnership with Instacart. I use Instacart. I should probably make an account with these guys. So, all types of stuff here. Maybe they can make a partnership with Robinhood or something like this. StockX, Shopee, whatever these things are. You want to find a low market cap coin that has promise. I mean, they're even hiring 25 visionaries, 14 countries, 4 continents. Pretty big team. Or not pretty big team, but pretty big reach. And they're hiring for people in Miami, India, Miami, a remote or Miami. That's kind of nice. They have affiliate marketing specialists, senior solutions engineer. They're building, they're growing. And I like to see that type of progress in a coin. And that's because I started off in the stock market and then I worked my way into the crypto markets. I know a lot of newbies have just started off in the crypto market, and sometimes they dabble. Into the stock market. I'm the other way, which means I'm a lot more cautious, and I bring my cautiousness over to the crypto markets here, which is kind of hard because you guys know the market can be a little freaky sometimes. Let's go to the one here. Getting a little bit of a boost here, guys. Breaking above the 50 on the 1 hour chart. Nice enough. Nice enough. There, hey, Kenny Crow. There you go. What is Crow doing right now? Not doing anything since 5 o'clock, but let me check the weekly chart. Yeah, it's doing the same as Bitcoin. It's taking a little bit of a breather week. That's nice to see. As far as resistance for Crow, I see it up around 22.5 cents. I don't think we're going to get there, but if we do, that'd be a good place to start selling off. Crow hasn't even had a death cross here on the weekly chart. When that happens, that might actually hit it pretty hard, but Crow has the ability to have massive swings right now, unless the daily chart looks a bit worse. Above the 20 kind of here. Yeah, we have the ability to have some nicer swings here. More of like out of the ordinary pumps while everything else is doing okay. This could have one of those little pops. Not really betting on it, but it has the opportunity to do so. And Brightest, you asked, is there any reason to be buying anything now? If you're buying right now, it's for more of a trade type thing. So you're buying for up to maybe 24 hours, 48 hours, or something like that. Not really a reason to be buying for long term, in my opinion here, because I think we still have a long way to go down in this bear market. But if you wanted to, we talked about this last night here. I told you guys if you wanted to, well, what time is it? Let me just go back 24 hours. That'll give me a good opportunity. 24. Yeah, there we go. It was 24 hours. Okay. So we were talking about this right here. Was that 24? Yeah. If you would have bought along here because we're at support, you would have only had to have a stop loss of around 1.5%, or if you wanted to go all the way to 2% stop loss there. And that way, if we broke down, you would only lose 2%, or maybe 1.5%, which is acceptable to most people. But now that we're kind of moving up here a little bit more, now if you wanted to have that same type of stop loss going against this trend line here, well, now you have to be looking at a 4% stop loss, which would be kind of crazy to, not crazy, but it's going to be kind of annoying because now you're not going to be, now in order to justify that, you have to be looking to make well over 4%. You have to be hoping that we go up like 10% or so. And so the profit's not going to be nearly what you want it to be actually taking that position. Unless you may be doing an altcoin, which could go up a little bit more percentage-wise than Bitcoin, of course. But right now, if you're looking for like a small, like a short-term trade type of effect, yeah, you could still have some fun with it right now, but you guys got to make sure you have a stop loss in case we get knocked back down, right? It could happen at any moment in time off of any breakdown, whether it's a moving average, whatever it could be. You guys just have to be prepared for it. But as far as, the long-term process of Bitcoin, where I'm going to Ichimoku Cloud. We are thinking about, let me take away all these other ones. There you go. Where we're talking about, buy down here to the low parts, buy in between them, those type of moves for long-term gains. You could be buying a little bit, like I'm buying a little bit every day, so to speak. But if you're looking to like really have a big buy-in for the long-term profit, I'm not doing that yet until we come into contact with the 200 weekly moving average, and that may happen after this little bit of a bear market rally, or it may never happen at all. Maybe this is really the bottom. I don't think it is, but there's always a slim opportunity or slim chance. But based on how the economy is doing, I don't see this being the bottom, right? More of a relief rally after 9 bad weeks of crypto. But I would only say, brightest, I'm only buying for short-term returns right now. Besides my plan to buy a little bit every day. And one thing here, I told you guys about this when I first started talking this morning. I know people kind of trickling in here because I know there's an NBA game going on tonight, I think. What we just want to see happen over the next few days here, kind of going into the weekend, we want to just have higher lows, guys. That's all we want to have. Nothing too complicated here. Low. Oh, geez, this is not going to work out. Fine. And a higher low. We want to have a higher low right here, then a higher low, and then we can eventually try to pop back off. Because what will most likely happen over the next 2 days is there's going to be an attempt to have us curl up and then boosh like that. That's what the attempt is going to be by the shorts. We'll see if they have the opportunity to do it. Right now, we're just trying to guess and figure out, when should I sell my position to get the most profit possible? So this is kind of a greed zone over here, unless for whatever reason the Nasdaq really has a really strong tomorrow and has a really strong Friday, in which case maybe we can get somewhere up to at least 31,500 or so. I'd be surprised if I saw Bitcoin have a massive surge and break above this level of resistance, right above this level of resistance, if that makes sense. Right now, I think it's more likely that we kind of pop back up, curl back down, but right around here, oh gosh, I can't zoom in on this stuff because it's always so annoying because it locks onto a grid. As soon as we're curling, we have to wait for that moment where shorts try to attack us. We'll have to see if we can survive, or if whales would try to do a little whoosh and pop us back up, and then maybe we break down, not this week, but we break down, sometime next Wednesday or something like that, whenever the stock market starts to crash back down. Anything could happen there. It's going to be very, very hard to guess that exact time, but I already have a position in right now. Granted, a small one with only a 10x leverage, and I've already sold off part of it. I'm just trying to see what else I can get out of this position right now. I'm not really thinking it's going to be too crazy to be buying in here and just leaving it for an extended period of time. 15. 1. Don't freeze on me, trading view. There we go. All right. Oh, that's right. I got rid of all the moving averages. There we go. Okay. That makes sense. I was a little worried there for a second. Let's see. And hey, good, we have. Would you stake STMX? I have not staked it yet. I feel no reason to really stake it. I've just been holding it for the long term. Maybe Maybe, but I tend to just keep my coins in cold storage for the most part. If there's a wallet that holds it, I tend not to worry about staking it and stuff like that. The only coin I've really staked are exchange tokens that let me stake it right from the exchange. That's about it, but not really anything else. But yeah, I think it'd be worth it to stake STMX if you like staking stuff. Yes, it is worth it. Um, and I should apply. I'm qualified for a few of those jobs as far as marketing is concerned. I used to be a marketing manager. That's how do you think I got my first initial cash to be losing it all in the markets when I was learning? I got a good paying job in downtown Seattle. Seattle pays you really well uh, if you can make them a lot of money, I guess you could say, or if you're part of the solution there. I have the Jade Green card from the Crow with the great benefits. There you go. You have a lot of Crow. Then make use of it. They pay for a lot of stuff once you get to those nice levels there. And hey, Captain, ADA is your thing? There you go. We all have our favorite altcoins. Make sure to trust them. ADA seems like a trustworthy brand. And, just ride the waves as they come. Buy during the low cycles. Sell during the high part of the cycle. There you go. And hey, Tony. What up, Michael? I just got here. Is it a trap? I wouldn't say it's necessarily a trap. I would call it more of a bear market rally. Traps usually happen pretty darn fast within 1 or 2 days. We've kind of had the bad day yesterday, of course, and now we're kind of in our 2 days ago, excuse me. Now we're having our kind of okay day number 2. And I think what's happening here, Tony, is the Nasdaq is really gliding us up here, and that's the real strength of Bitcoin at this moment in time. If the Nasdaq was not finishing off the day at like 2% up or 3% up, when I say 2.69% up, 69, right? If it wasn't going up that well, I don't think Bitcoin would have actually had a good day today. In fact, I think Bitcoin would have just teetered off like it wanted to this morning and kept on falling, then broken down. But luckily for us, where are we at? Oh, I just had, there it is, Nasdaq, yeah. Luckily for us, let's go to the day chart. Nasdaq is still pumping up here pretty well. I'm hopeful that we can try to get back up here towards the 50-day moving average or so. Continue this pump for maybe at least until Friday, hopefully. And then maybe Monday, things a little bit more rocky. We'll have to wait and see. But as I'm looking at the NASDAQ, we have the 50-day moving average here. That's going to be a problem. And on the weekly chart, we have the 20-week moving average. That's also going to be the problem. The last time we had a bear market rally for 3 weeks, look at that. What denied us? The 50-week moving average and the 20-week moving average combined to just, boom, plop us back down here. Unfortunate, but we could be looking at that for round 2. 1 week, 2 week, we only have 2 more. Wait, let's say it's Thursday? Yeah, we only have 1 more day to have this week. So next week we could probably start off green, start getting rejected. And the following week we could just really have a really bad time. But again, Bitcoin may do something else completely by itself just because, NASDAQ's only open Monday through Friday. And this week it was only open Tuesday through Friday. So, I wouldn't call it a trap necessarily, but I expect a similar move where we pump up for a little bit, bear market rally, then we get smacked. And again, go look on Twitter right now. I do this enough. I'm not going to do it for you guys again. Go look at Twitter right now. There's a whole bunch of people that are saying this is the bottom. Now is the time to buy. There's a lot of people FOMOing in right now and trying to drive the price of these currencies up a little bit more. I don't think this is the bottom. You guys know my opinion of where we're most likely going to be stopping down at. But they said the same thing over here, and they got walloped. So be careful if everybody is saying this is the bottom, and just kind of scroll back in time and see if they said this was the bottom, see if they said this was the bottom, see if they said this was the bottom, and so forth here. But using Bitcoin's chart, not the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ wasn't that bad compared to Bitcoin's prices. Oh, and hey, Slimy Hammy, happy to see you back as well. What's right here? I finally became a member. Thanks for the NVIDIA TA. Hope it all is well. Hey, no worries, Slimy Jaime. I'm really happy you joined the membership. Well, for a few things. You've been here for a while. I'm still waiting to be able to gift memberships out. I'm waiting. But I was just doing TA on the NASDAQ a while ago. Not the NASDAQ, NVIDIA. Oh, did I get rid of it? Give me a second here. Not watch. This is YouTube, Breakouts. There we go. It was 2 days after, you bought it, then 2 days it just did nothing for us. I was pretty bummed about it. And then finally it had the jolt I was looking for. I thought it might happen yesterday, but it didn't. It happened today. So far I'm really happy with what I'm seeing with NVIDIA. I sold 25% of my calls off today. No, 30% of my calls off today because we finished off okay. And then I'm hoping that going into tomorrow, I'm going to be able to sell off like maybe another 30 to 40, maybe even 50% of my calls, and then see what happens by next Friday. I'll probably leave the rest of them until next Friday, using a level of support probably being around, stop lossing me around 192, 194. I'll be patient with it, but my strike is around 195 right now, so I'm really happy with what happened to the Nasdaq over the last couple days now. And if you wanted to add on a Fibonacci extension tool onto your chart, right now I think the best one that's been useful to me right now is using the lows from May 25th, just a few days ago. The lows at 1330, coming up over here to May 31st highs, going back down to the lows we saw on June 1st yesterday, and then kind of looking at the resistance right here that we saw. Nice resistance that we just saw right here. We broke above it in after hours, but I'm going to wait till pre-market tomorrow to really justify saying, "Ooh, wow, this is really great," because we could always just open up in pre-market like well below that level. Of course, we'll have to check out the futures, but CNBC futures up a little bit. Dow's up 0.15%. The S&P's up about 0.14%. The Nasdaq's up 0.14% as well. So maybe we'll have another good day, tomorrow. Well, hopeful. We never know in a bear market, so we can get slammed at any point in time, but the profits have been there on that NVIDIA call, especially since it jumped up like 7% today. I take pride in being right, even though it's pretty hard to do that in this freaking bear market. That's why you guys don't get as many plays. Once we get back into a bullish market, guys, it'll be much easier for me just to tell you guys, call here, call here, call here, call here, call here. Because we're just going to be trading breakout after breakout after breakout. The problem with this bear market right now is it's so wild that the simple breakdowns aren't working effectively. So we can break down and then come back up out of nowhere because the market just seems like, oh, this is the bottom for the Nasdaq, let's go. So we're trading off of indice technicals, which is causing some havoc for me as an investor who likes to trade simple technicals, right, as far as individual stocks and currencies. And hey, no tacos, no life, 1 year, 3 days, I appreciate them, man. Oh, let me move this down here. Yeah, there you go. Over my head, there we go. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. It has been a long journey on YouTube, hasn't it? It really has. And hey, Lawrence, Hexcoin, what's a good limit order to buy in? Hexcoin? Probably about like another 40% from where it is now. Let me see. Crypto. It's not on. It's not on. We can maybe go BitGet, I guess, here. No, BitGet's not going to work for this one. Uniswap? Oh, Uniswap would be fine, I guess. This has already been breaking down quite a bit, it looks like here. Oh man, where do I put that at? Let me see if anything actually lines up here. Lined up there, it kind of lined up there, but it didn't line up there. There. Oh, thank you, Runner. I appreciate that. I'm getting used to all this multi stuff there. I appreciate it, my man. And hey, Riz, appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. And if you guys don't know, I'm multi-streaming now, so now I got to, growing the community. But I appreciate that, my man. And let me know if you have any questions. You guys on YouTube won't be able to see it, but I have a special little thing here to use it as well. Okay, let me see. It worked. It didn't work. Okay, it's a little bit more choppy than I would like to see it right now. I think that's just because of how Bitcoin's been kind of influencing everything. I think right now, if you wanted to buy into Hexcoin for the long term here, and you're going to be looking when Bitcoin's breaking down around to the 200 weekly moving average, I think you would expect to be, let me see what the price would be here. About here, 49%. Oh, that's going to be a weird one. I would normally say you'd want to be buying up around this support level here of around 0.035 or so, but the fact that it kind of plummeted so much within a single day here, like within this day, from day to day, it dropped down 50%. That kind of makes me wonder if maybe it would come down below this a little bit. So where you might want to have a level of a limit buy order on 0.035, but also have another one a little bit well down below that, maybe around 0.27 or so, just in case you have another crazy dip like that. Because normally this chart doesn't look too crazy, right? We're going up, down a little bit, But then you see this day where we just dropped down like 50% out of nowhere. It does worry me a little bit as far as when exactly you might be looking to buy in here. But I think if you're buying Hex, you're going to have to be buying it only for the long term. So let's say you buy it here, or here even, and the price comes all the way down to here. Over time, it'll come back up, and you're going to have to deal with the pain down here, being mad for a little bit of time, but understanding at the end of the rainbow as the good old dollar sign. Okay? That's what I'd be hoping for if I'm buying Hex here. I don't have any open positions in it right now though. All right, back over here. But hopefully that helped you out. That one's gonna be a little bit more tricky. It's rare to see a coin just drop 50% in one day like that. Got to be careful on those ones. There we go, a little bit of move up there. And TRX looks like the winner of this bear market. Guys, if there's something going against the grain, it's fun to trade that until it kind of loses interest with people. Trade it until it becomes less interesting, and then short it down, and then you can make a lot of money off of it. That's what I did with ApeCoin. I bought it, sold it, shorted it on the way down. Not an exact, not too closely together as I sold it early because I told you guys I was doing it off of a bet, but it still worked out. And they go, hey, Outrunner, don't worry about pullbacks. What do you call pullbacks? Oh yeah. Pullbacks are good for buying back in, I like, but as far as shorting it down right now, yeah, this is a pullback. It'll be nice to open up a new short here eventually. And hey, Runner, Monero, yeah, let's talk about Monero very fast. Oh, there we go, Binance. Current price is 199. That's not bad. Okay, this one's had a little bit more of a pump up, which has been pretty interesting over the last few days. Um, As far as this one, I'm looking at it from the 4-hour chart. I looked at this a few days ago. One of my friends was asking me about this actually. I want to stay above this level right here. Since we're kind of more in this bear market rally right now, I'm kind of concerned about where, if a breakdown really is a breakdown at this point in time. You can see we broke down here, continued to climb. We did the same thing over here actually as well. No, not that one. That one's actually fine. We broke down here, then we kept on coming back up here. But I think overall for Monero, why do I have the 100 weekly on here? There we go. Okay, I just have this right now. I'd be happy to try to buy back into this around $183 or $169, hoping for a bounce off of that, and then hoping for a pivot. Oh, nope, that's not going to work out. Need to get that exact point there. No, I guess it is the high point. Oh, we are due for a move here. That's a little bit of resistance that we're going to be facing. As soon as you manage to break out above that, I think you should have a good time here. As long as Bitcoin's still continuing to climb up here a little bit more. I think this coin is fine though for the short term here. I would only be buying it off of a pivot point right now. Right now it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. You're gonna, if you want to be buying it not on a pivot point, aka like Fibonacci levels, you're gonna be hoping that you can just, I mean, yeah, hoping that can really stay above this trend line here. We had a breakout. Now we're coming back down to test out that level of support here. Test it out here, almost tested out there, testing out here. It might actually break down below this level here, and you might actually have to adjust this. Oh, now I gotta readjust it since I changed the time frame, but might be looking at something more like that. And God, that just doesn't look good to me. Wait till we break out of this. Hopefully we can break out of this, then break out of this one right here, and it should be fine. How many see that last breakout was fine. We had some support here. Probably on the hour. Did we close below anything? Yeah, it was pretty smooth as far as when to buy there. Yeah. If we can break out above this, that'd be another good opportunity, and I'd probably be looking for a level of a price target on this one for about, let me just find it here. $214 in the short term, and excuse me, 209, then 214. And if you really want to get aggressive all the way up here at 229, that'd be the ultimate price target if you're going off of this Fibonacci extension level. I would be careful with that. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to be going up that long, even though this one has been having a fairly good time, even without Bitcoin, going up quite a bit here. I like this one. There you go. Oh, and hey, Lawrence. Thanks, Michael. Great analysis on Hex. Huge dip was because Saudi Arabian whales sold off because they were mad. Richard Hart mentioned he has a huge PP. Not joking. Oh, really? Oh man, you got if you're having the Saudis invest in your project, you gotta play it safe. I guess you gotta play it safe. That okay. So yeah, maybe just stick to that Fibonacci level we talked about before. Maybe you'll find a support level on that one. Disregard the extra big drop there. I thought that was more of just organic people freaking out, panicking, and not so much of a Saudi Arabian whale getting mad about somebody's PP. Right? Um, and hey, Michael, I just read Amber Heard is broke. Oh my gosh, what do you call? Well, she Amber Heard, she deserves what she got. She deserves what she got. If she didn't lie on the stand, I think she would have been much more believable. But she just lied and lied and lied. And when I was in college, I knew how to lie to all my professors to make sure I could give in all my late work. Oh, I had this problem. Oh, I had this problem. I was really really good at it. I moved that tradition over to my business. So well, I never really had bad problems at work, but if there was ever anything that like somebody on my team was responsible for and they tried to say, Michael, you're on his team, you're supposed to be helping him out, and I'm like, we're getting paid the same amount, I'm not getting paid to be a babysitter. Instead of saying that bluntly to their face, I'd be like, I don't know, I was working on this, you see all this work, this took a long time, this was all the nitty gritty work that had to be done, otherwise everybody else couldn't do their job, I had to really focus on this so I couldn't help them. You gotta give a little ebb and flow to how everything's working out. But she kind of just went bloop and just kind of lied and lied and lied, unfortunately for her. And what's the other one over here? TRX. Let me see if I can find TRX very fast on Binance. There we go. Oh, no, that's not what I'm looking for. I don't want the perpetuals contract. There we go. There we go. I like Tron as a long-term hold. I really, really do. You can see over the last few days, it's still been holding up pretty well. The reason I like Tron, you guys know it, it's just so much cheaper to transfer your money. It's so much faster, and I don't know why people want to stick to Ethereum all the time. I'm investing in Ethereum because I know people like it, but Ethereum charges me a $25 fee to do a transfer. Tron is $1, and somehow Tron is still faster than Ethereum. I think Tron will be very, very useful in the long term. I really do think that's the case. But let's do some technical analysis on it very fast because this one's a little bit different than what Bitcoin's been doing recently, right? I can just drag this up here. As you can see, this has been all over the freaking place here. We haven't had too much of a pullback though. We held and kind of slowly held the Fibonacci level here. I wouldn't be buying Tron right now unless you wanted to really ride the wave on the 4-hour chart here, right? Let me see if I can do a good trend line on this one or if it's going to work or not. Is that going to work? No, that's not going to work. Is that going to work? There we go. Riding this little wave right here. If we come back into contact with it, I would try to buy some up here or something like that. But as far as I see Tron in the short term, I still think this is going to eventually fall back down and it's going to give a much better buying opportunity for the long run. Long term for Tron, let me just get rid of all this other crap here because we haven't looked at this in such a long time. You see that pennant I'm about to drop form, that triangle here? I think we're getting really close to that level of resistance. Whenever we break out above this, that's when I'm most excited to buy something. In particular, these type of patterns right here. I'm hopeful we can have a little bit of a soaring effect on that one. And then if you wanted to add a Fibonacci tool onto it, all the way up, all the way down. Price target, the first one would be around 10 cents, 10.5 cents. But hopefully getting up here, and you can see how this one kind of matches up with this level of resistance pretty exactly. And this one up here matching up with this one over here as well. So I think it would be realistic to try to get back up here to 10 cents or so. And then if we manage to get above that, then we have a straight shot to have a little bit of a boom effect on Tron. And then most likely, since we are in a bear market, I can still see this coming back down a little bit more. But I still think Tron is something good for the future. And let me go over here very fast to coinmarketcap.com. Oop, not sign up. $8 billion market cap, not nearly as expensive as some of the other altcoins. Still up there, but it's cheaper than Ethereum if you ask me, and their fees are cheaper than Ethereum as well. I could really see Tron going into the top 5 someday. That's my hope for it, but the market fluctuates a lot. I could be completely wrong about that one. Ooh, excuse me. All right. And hey, Lawrence, hilarious. Yeah, genius Ethereum whale got his Saudi friends in, and they overheard his video where the family where he was bragging about the 10,000x big baby, and gave most charity in crypto. Oh my gosh. And hey, Marshawn, welcome back. Shoot, I'm in Tron trade right now. Now, do you think I should get out short term? I wouldn't say you need to get out. I would say have a stop loss in case things really got bad, right? In case things really got bad. And hey, Dolphin087, thanks for joining, my man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very, very much, man. Thank you very, very much. I wish Streamlabs would tell me when those people are signing up there, but I appreciate it. And Dog, hey, Dog shit, I appreciate it as well. And Deathless One, I appreciate you guys very, very, very much here. Let me go over back here. Let me see right here. But yeah, I would have stop losses in place in case it fell down. Tron's been doing its own thing against Bitcoin, so maybe if Bitcoin tanks, it may take it down a little bit. But so far, Tron has looked pretty darn resilient, and I kind of like that about it. But I've been buying Tron for a while now, but my positions are more long term. If it's not a long term position, yeah, you could sell. Or if you want to go with the accumulation method where you buy low, sell high, and buy more lower and sell more higher, and then buy even more lower. You can do that method. I use that a lot on a few on my more mid cap coins. Yeah. And hey, I sold my bags. Say I'll wait for lower. Yeah, that's fine, dude, my man. A lot of people are selling on these pumps and they're waiting to buy back more cryptocurrency at the bottom. And if you guys have bags, the same thing works. Especially if you guys are expecting a bottom to happen after a month from now. A lot of times, the way the taxes work, specifically in America, it's a little bit different these days where you can't just go buy low, but buy, sell, and take the tax benefits. You have to wait a little bit more time if you want those tax benefits, which is kind of stupid if you ask me. I feel like it's targeted against us crypto people, but you know what? It's the world we live in for now, right? Let me go right here very fast. And Cyberzone TA on Block. Let me see if I can find Block very fast. I haven't looked at Block. I don't remember the last time I looked at Block here. Blocktopia. It's at a $49 million market cap, so it's a very, very small market cap. Let me go over here very fast. Let me see if it's actually on an exchange that I know. Oh, there you go. It's on KuCoin. There you go. I should have known that. This has really been a slow bleed, hasn't it? Looks like this thing got pumped up and it was doing fantastic, and now it's just turning into a bit of a bag holder's nightmare, right? Hmm. Stop. That's fine. Um, I would really hold off on buying this anytime soon. We might have a little bit more of a pump over the next few days or so, but so far today, this thing is down about 0.65%. Bitcoin's up a teeny bit. This just seems more bearish than Bitcoin actually does. And when I would time up the buying for this coin in particular, I'd be trying to time this up when the Bitcoin primarily is going towards its 200 weekly moving average. There's not going to be any good technicals that I can give you right now that says, hey, this is a good opportunity to buy this coin at point A, B, or C. I don't like this coin that much just because of that. Now, there's tons of other coins that do that, so don't feel bad about it. But what I'd be looking for is just have this on some type of notes page that you have, maybe a Google Docs form or maybe a trading journal that's kind of with a couple question marks after it. And then once you see that Bitcoin itself has been running into its 200 weekly moving average, way down here, which is the cycle that we see normally, right? 200 weekly moving average, 200 weekly moving average. I know it doesn't go back that far, but there was another 200 weekly moving average way back here in 2014 as well. At the same moment it's kind of hitting this zone, then that's when you might be more willing to buy Blocktopia, because if Bitcoin does go down to that 200 weekly moving average, which it has done for the past 4 or 5 capitulations, major capitulations, with the death crosses and breaking down below the 20-month moving averages, 1, 2, 3, about three last major capitulations, Bitcoin, that means Bitcoin will be going down another 27% from where it is now. And just imagine how much altcoins are going to go down if Bitcoin does do that. So just be careful. There are some altcoins that are kind of immune to it, like BGB we talked about. Exchange token Tron has been resilient so far, but most coins kind of follow that grain. And if Bitcoin's going down, everything is going down. In fact, all right, but we're still grinding here, guys. We're still grinding. Oh, what's it here? And hey, Michael, you're worried about a BNB short? Let me take a quick peek at this very fast. Um, Let me go over here very fast. There we go. BNB. Oh, pump. You should be happy. Normally, when you break above the 20-day moving average for Bitcoin and most other coins, we have some really big pumps. This one doesn't seem to have had a big pump the last time it did that, so that might help you out. Let me go. I hate when this happens. You see what happened? I don't actually know how I did this. Neither do I ever try to do this. There we go. But it's just a weird thing. Well, I know how to do it, but I don't like doing it. You just grab the chart and you just pull it over here. Oh, nope, maybe not. There you go. Yeah, just got to drag and drop. I don't like doing that at all. But in case you ever want to do something really weird with the charts, you can do that. I've known people that just drag this straight on top of the MACD charts or straight right on top of the RSI charts, so they just have everything together. A little too cluttered for my taste, but anyway, back to BNB here. So you're worried about a short right now. It looks like we're primed to go up a little bit more, so I'd be careful with that short opportunity here. We're still kind of grinding up. It depends on how much pain you could really feel here, though. Like how much pain would you be willing to accept? So let me put on the Fibonacci retracement level so you can start to see some pivot points here. Let's go about there. Oh, I can't believe I just deleted it. All right. Give me maybe I might start to get more concerned about a potential short if we actually run into like $311 and we break above this level, because that means the Nasdaq might be kind of popping us off a little bit more. Overall, if you wanted to hold your short for a while, like maybe a week or two, I'd feel more confident about holding it. But if you're just trying to make a quick buck and you're trying to get out of it before this weekend or something like that, then maybe you might be susceptible to a little bit of a pop and you might be negative for a little bit of time before it eventually turns positive. But at this point in time here, let me add some other stuff onto the chart. Because you're not really hoping that it goes up at all. You're really just trying to hope that it goes back down. Hit the price target up here, maybe 312 or so. Yeah. There's no easy breakdown points here as well, is there? We have this one and we have this one. I'd be hopeful that you can break down from here. That might be a good sign. What's going to hurt you more than anything right now is if tomorrow the Nasdaq decides to pop up. If the Nasdaq decides to pop up, you're probably going to see Bitcoin and BNB and a lot of these other coins continue to go up. So I'd be careful with that short. But I think the best thing you could have, just in case, because we can get tanked any moment just because of the way the market is right now, the bear market. I would try to just make sure you have a stop loss, so whatever happens, you know how much you're willing to lose. And if you wake up tomorrow morning and it's triggered because the price popped up because the Nasdaq popped up or something like that, you're going to be okay with it. That's how I would try to trade that right now, just because you may lose money in the short term, but I think if you wanted to hold that short for the longer term, you'd be okay. But make sure you still have that stop loss there. So if that stop loss triggers, just live with it and be done with it. But that's my trading strategy. If you want to hold it for a little bit longer, if you want to sell it early, that's all up to you. But right now, as far as I'm looking at, it looks like the Nasdaq wants to open up green tomorrow, and the futures are already green just a little bit here. What you're going to be hoping for in the morning, if you live on the East Coast, it might make it a little bit easier for you. You're going to be hoping that before the market opens, the futures look bad. You have some really bad news from an economic standpoint, and that really causes everything to continue crashing back down and going back into that bear market. That's going to help you out a lot going forward as far as those BNB shorts. A lot going forward on those BNB shorts. But ask me about it tomorrow, and I'll give you an update on it. Let's see. And what I think about MSR, all right, I'll do MSPR and then I'll do quadruple U. Quadruple U. Let's see. MSPR. Is that I'm guessing. No, this is this. Yeah, this has to be a stock. Yeah. Um. Oh, crapola. I would stay away from this with a 10-foot pole. 15. It's found a little bit of stabilization here. So what I would say about this one in particular, let me see what it is first. This is going to be interesting. MSPR. No, wow. MSPR Nasdaq. Did I mess up on spelling it? MSPR. It's not showing up on Finviz. That's interesting. Okay. I'd be very, very careful about this. This looks like a penny stock. It looks like there's not even much volume going on in this coin in the first place here. Yeah, very, very, very low volume. So be careful with this one. If you're hoping for anything, you're hoping for a breakout, I wouldn't even wait for the breakout to happen. I would literally just buy it and wait and have a stop loss down here at 115. So if you buy around 122 pre-market or something like that, that stop loss is going to be about 5%. If it manages to break out, you could have a price target probably back up here towards $1.40 or something like that. I would probably look to sell some right there. And if it continues moving up, you sell a little bit more. But you're going to be in this stock. Just do the 5% stop loss. It's going to be risky no matter what you do. Because I have a feeling if it makes its way back there in the first place, it's most likely just going to continue the breakdown that we saw over the past few days here. So very, very careful with this one. I don't know if this has options or not because it's not on TradingView or Finviz. But be careful of that one. That's what you might call a very high risk coin, high risk stock. And on top of that, the fact that there's not much liquidity in here or not much volume leads me to believe that it may be hard to sell off your stocks if you do buy a good amount of them. It may take you a while to sell them off, so much so that you might actually see yourself tank the price in real time. So be careful with that. There's really not much volume here that is making me too excited about this. This would probably be a different story if there was more volume. Here's the 1 minute chart. Like there are minutes where like nobody is buying anything. There are minutes where nobody is like really doing anything at all. So be careful of it. Be very, very careful of this one. Could be a really fun one though. Treat it as a Luna, a YOLO play, but you could definitely have fun with it. Just make sure you have a stop loss if you want to have a stop loss, or only put in so much money that you're willing to lose in case you want to hold it for a little bit more time, like more than just a few days to a week. And hey, Abraham, what's it here? Quadruple use. I don't think I've ever seen this one before, or I've ever done technicals on it here. Energy fuels, 673. This one might be good for a long term if it can manage to get back up in order. So it's non-energy minerals. Do they deal in oil or not? I'm trying to figure out if they deal in oil. It seems like they do a lot more minerals and not oil, so I'll just not talk about oil prices when I talk about this one. And when you talk about oil stocks, you have to bring up oil prices, so you have to. Okay. So for it now, oosh. Breakout, yeah. I had a nice breakout. I would have a price target on this one right now, kind of around $7.50, and then from there I'd be more likely to sell. My concern is you can see right here we're pretty close to having a death cross. We haven't had a death cross on this energy fuels one for a while, and just in case you didn't know, I don't know if you know, but whatever. A death cross is basically when a lower moving average crosses below a higher moving average. So the 50 crossing down below the 200 is a death cross. A golden cross would be if the 50 crossed above the 200 or the 20 crossed above the 50 or the 200, okay? But we're about to have that death cross here. And the last time we had a death cross, oh gosh, when was it on the 50 to 200? Was way back over here. and it led to a little bit more of a downturn, a pop, but then ultimately coming back down. So just be careful with that. And we already had a death cross with the 20 and the 50 here a while ago. The day after that happened, we started to come back down here, unfortunately. So I'd be watching that resistance just a little bit, that 200 weekly moving average. So I would have a price target of this one right now at about 750. It seems like, though, they are starting to accumulate some land. So what I would do on your part, because this seems like more of a stock that'd be better for a long-term hold, what I'd be hoping for here is to go over to their main website, whatever that may be. And then from here, try to go down to their corporate or the investors and go to SEC filings. Take a minute to go down here and look at this 10K report. Amendment to previously filed March 31st, 2022. Oh God, what can I open up here that'll show up on the website? Will that work out? Yeah, okay. Go through here and see if you can find out what they're looking to buy into and what their goals are. They'll tell it to you pretty much in a straightforward manner. This seems like something I might invest in my long-term portfolio here. Years ended December 31st, 2019. That's fine. Auditor's report. And just kind of take a peek into it and see if they're going to be buying up some really important things. Like they have subsidiaries, Virginia Uranium, Southside Cattle Company. They got a lot of stuff, it seems like. And it seems like as minerals become much more valuable, which they will be over the next few decades here, and food becomes more valuable and more short term because of Ukraine-Russia conflict stuff, I think there'll be an opportunity to buy this for long term. Short term though, it broke out. I'd be looking for a price target around that 200 daily moving average, anticipating more of a downward move if this bear market rally doesn't gets knocked back down as far as the regular traditional markets is concerned as well. There we go. All right. Uh, so here. It's uranium. Oh yeah, uranium is going to be important. Uranium is going to be important. I think the world has to go towards nuclear energy, so I think it'll be more valuable in the long term. But people just have to get used to understanding that uranium is not as scary as it once was, and I think they'll do that. Guys, I don't know about you guys, but I could see in like 5 to 10 years as there's more and more blackouts in California, more and more blackouts in Texas and all these other places. Or I don't know if those. I think there's blackouts there. I'm not entirely sure. Blackouts in Costa Rica, wherever, Puerto Rico. I don't know, but whatever. I think you're going to see some really cheesy commercials out there saying, "Hey, uranium is the future. Nuclear power is cleaner and better than ever." And you have to do your part to help out the planet to make sure your kids and your grandkids could survive. I could see very generic commercials promoting uranium, not uranium, but like, nuclear power plants and stuff like that, or any type of power that uses uranium and things like that. So I could see something like that happen in the future is my main point. FYI, tomorrow's National Donut Day, free donuts. I don't have my car. It's still in the shop. I was hoping to get it out today. I would probably go get donuts for my mom and sister and the fam if I could do that. Yeah. Maybe I'll take an Uber. Oh, wait. If I get my car tomorrow morning, maybe I can just do that. I don't know. But free donuts are always good donuts. I haven't had donuts such a long time, guys. And you're probably right about the commercials. Thanks, Abraham. I know, right? I mean, we have the same type of commercials here in Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, because we have LNG. LNG gases and natural gas. They're trying to get us to put a big plant over here in the Pacific Northwest, but every time they put it up for a vote, we say no. And every single cycle, there's a political race, or they do the whatever the election thing is. They run these very generic, cheesy commercials, and it same type of effect every time. I was like, ugh, ugh. And then you see that there's a counter, ads on it and stuff like that. It's pretty insane. Um, and yeah, Texas said, okay, there you go, thanks. Yeah, it's been very weird lately to see all these kind of power outages. I don't exactly know what's going on. I have no idea, so I'm not an expert. But yeah, it's been very interesting. And hey, Mike, what's right here? Oh, and thanks for subscribing, Bob. Wait, did I move this over here? I don't know what I'm doing today. I think I have like multiple screens here. It's getting annoying. But and hey, Dog Inu, what I classify as a crypto bro, No, I don't have the personality to be a bro. My friends would say I do a lot of stuff that bros do. I go fly a lot of places, I get drunk, I have a lot of fun. But as far as crypto, to me, crypto is more of a business. It's like it's only there to make me money. Then the market's only there to make me money. Once I have that money, I will go party and do whatever I freaking want in life. But while I talk about crypto, I tend to be more serious about it because I treat it as like my full time job. I have friends that trade crypto. They're much more they're YouTubers as well, and they get much more out there and eccentric. But I think when they're trading, they're much more serious. It just happens that when they're on front of the webcam here, they need to get the views, they need to keep the business going, so to speak, and so they kind of they might wear sunglasses, they might have a green screen, they might be all funny and happy go, right? Because there's a business side of YouTube, and then there's like the business side of your life with YouTube, and there's like the trading side. For me, I focus more on the trading, and I feel like the views will come as I make more people more money. For example, I feel like I have a membership on my YouTube channel that has there's a $5 Sapphire level member, and then there is a what do you call? Oh, thanks Abraham, I appreciate it, my man. What is it? I have the $5 membership, and I have the $25 membership, and I have the $199 membership. Well, the people that pay the $4.99 membership and the $25 membership, they get like these custom videos I'm just starting to make out, and my goal is to help you guys learn how to trade and make money on those videos. Besides all the tutorials I do for free and all other good stuff, but kind of more in-depth technical analysis for a particular stock, like an Apple and Nvidia, stuff like that. But I just gave those people options to buy 3 days ago, for Nvidia, and they're all up over 100% right now. And now that they're up, I'm saying you guys can sell whenever you guys feel good, and you guys can take that profit and run, thereby justifying just paying $25 a month or $5 a month. I'm hoping I can give you guys, a few good plays every month. But right now, since the market's so choppy, it's more of me helping you guys understand how to trade these stocks in a bearish market. But I don't know. I'm much more serious. I wouldn't consider myself a crypto bro. I don't really have respect for crypto bros because I think of people that have sunglasses and stuff like that. They can still not be crypto bros, but they can be really they can be talented and they don't know how to trade. To me, a crypto bro is a guy on TikTok who doesn't know how to do technical analysis. They're 100% YouTube, 100% Twitter, 100% whatever TikTok. But if you tried to get them in front of a computer and make them trade for you, they wouldn't know how to do that, right? And that's, or they wouldn't be able to guide you guys through a bad situation, kind of help you guys figure out what's going on, and that type of stuff, right? Like, for example, over the past few months, I've been telling you guys, hey, watch out for this death cross here with the 20 to 50 week moving average, because every time that happens, plus the fact that we break down below the 20-month moving averages, normally we have a really, really bad few weeks following it. And guess what? We had that death cross. We broke down below the 20-month moving average. And what happened? You guys saw it. We had a really, really bad time. So I kind of look for more of the long-term historical patterns, more, swing trading and day trading in there as well, but more of trying to guide you guys through the hardships of beginning to trade. Because usually what happens is, like, every single full-time trader that I know, we all lost a shit ton of money before we made it full-time. I just haven't met anybody that was good on the first try. I haven't. And so I'm trying to mitigate those losses because I think that people are going to be losing money as they learn. It's just part of the process. But I'm trying to help mitigate those losses. So over time, once you start getting things figured out more and more and more, then you can be more confident. You can put more money on the table. Then you can move away from paper trading and get to where the money is made. But you can't fast forward that process. I'm making like a 3 to 4 hour tutorial right now to help you guys out with like everything involved, like what exchange is going to be better for you, what type of trading style is what should you be trading, options, crypto, or stocks, 20 different patterns, candlestick patterns, emotional strain in the market, like everything you would ever need to know about trading, like from a beginner standpoint. I'm going to try to give that to you guys in a 3 to 4 hour video. But because I've watched like 4 or 5 tutorials on YouTube that kind of talk about all this type of stuff, but they make it seem like no matter what happens, you're going to make money if you follow their situation. A lot of times, you're not going to be making money, and nobody has an idea of what to do if the price keeps on going down and down and down. A lot of people, therefore, end up being bag holders when they don't need to be, unless they're becoming long-term holders, and that's something different. But I'm trying to help people from not going down to that path, because I used to be a bag holder a lot when I was first starting to trade, and it sucked, because you just, like, I was on stock twits and I was on Discord groups a lot when I was learning to trade, and everybody's like, just keep holding, man, just keep holding. And it's like, it gets in your psyche, man, and you just keep on holding, and you keep on holding, and you keep on holding, right? And then, it just depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you're doing a swing trade, you got to have a stop loss. If you're doing a day trade, you need to have a stop loss. If you're doing a long trade, in crypto, you really don't need a stop loss, but it's okay if you have one in case you want to buy back lower and get more coins for for the buck, right? But yeah, yada yada yada. That's enough of me talking. Um, oh, no worries, my man. I've been holding one bag since November. Oh, everybody's holding some bags, man. Everybody has a bag. My bag right now is BitTorrent. Everybody has a bag. Everybody has a bag. Um, and what's right here? Netflix has 3 Mile Island documentary running now. Oh, 3 Mile Island. I gotta watch some more stuff with that. I haven't watched Netflix in a minute here. And did I watch episode 3 of Kenobi? I did. I don't like Reva. And apparently, I saw this on Twitter. If I say I don't like Reva, I'm racist, and that made me feel weird. I think the lady that plays her is probably an okay actress. I'm not sure. I didn't like her acting, but I don't know if I didn't like her acting because she's a bad actress or that her writing was just so bad. I have no idea. But that lady irks me. Every time I see her on screen, it irks me, and not in a way where I admire the villain. It irks me like I feel like I'm watching somebody on a set acting when I'm supposed to be immersed in the universe of Star Wars, the galaxy far, far away. I feel like I'm in freaking, Washington State on my nice sofa watching my TV, and I'm like, what is going on there? But Kenobi, I love his acting so far. Darth Vader, zoom, 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 awesome, awesome. There's some really good parts. Leia, really cute, a little annoying for my taste, but that's kids from what I hear, so it's okay. But that Reva person, oh god, she irks me so much. I don't know why. There you go. Oh, and sorry, dog. Yeah, sorry, my man. I know what's right here. And hey, purpose perpetual contract. Yes, it is. And hey, relax with Ingrid. Happy to see you as well. All right, everybody. I'm gonna call it a night right now. I gotta go eat some food, and Loki is looking at me like he needs to go use the bathroom. Loki. Yeah, he's kind of just staring at me. Yeah. Yeah. Here. Before I go for the night, everybody, I'll let you guys see Loki if he wants to come over here. Let me see if I can get him a treat. A calm hemp treat. He loves these things. Mostly because all of his other treats are somewhere far away. He's grunting at me. No, if I can find him. Yeah, come here. Come on. Good boy. Oh, he's just sitting like a little awesome kid. You guys got to see his head peek in there a little bit. But hey, everybody, have a great rest of your night. I enjoyed talking with all of you guys today. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. again.